What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Subscribe, thumbs up the video, click that bell for notifications. I want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. So, for those that don't know, Colin Kaepernick is having a private workout with the NFL this Saturday. He has not played in the NFL for 3 years. So this is very surprising because, and I'm pretty sure everybody else is wondering this, like, why now? After not being in the NFL for 3 years, why now? So all of the teams that are coming out to the training on Saturday at the training facility, those teams include the Denver Broncos, the Cleveland Browns, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Arizona Cardinals, the Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, the Detroit Lions, the New England Patriots, and the Washington Redskins. Okay, so Colin Kaepernick potentially could be offered a spot on the NFL roster from one of these 11 teams. But I sat down and I thought about it. And I came to the conclusion that Colin Kaepernick might be the biggest clout chaser in NFL history. When I first was seeing Colin Kaepernick kneeling and claiming that he was kneeling for police brutality, I believed Colin Kaepernick at first. He was growing his hair out. He was rocking the afro. I seen him putting his fist in the air. Black power, I believe Colin Kaepernick. But now when I sit back and I look at what Colin Kaepernick has done the last 3 years, Colin Kaepernick has spent the last 3 years begging the NFL to let him back in the league to play football. And that's very strange to me. Because when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, I thought that Colin Kaepernick was pretty much sacrificing his NFL career to go into the field of being a civil rights activist or a criminal injustice activist, so to say. Okay, maybe I'm not using the right term, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? I thought that Colin Kaepernick was doing all of this because he was actually exiting his NFL career to pursue another career, which was, becoming an activist, standing up for African Americans and helping America get better as a whole when it comes to the laws, because obviously we've seen, black people get killed by police officers, and the police officers got no repercussions for that. There was no jail time. A lot of cops are still working after they've killed black people on camera. And I believe that Colin Kaepernick was going to become an activist full time. But when you really sit back and you pay attention to Colin Kaepernick these last 3 years, he's been extremely quiet. He doesn't speak. He doesn't, if you really think about it, since he did the kneeling, he hasn't really said anything at all about police brutality. We've seen him give back to this place and that place, but where is the voice at? Where is the speaking at? When you look at all of the people that created change in America, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, we even have people today like David Banner, and we have people today, a part of the hip hop community, that not just hip hop, but just in general, you have African Americans that speak up for the injustices that's going on in this country, but we haven't seen Colin Kaepernick do that. And what we have seen is we did see Colin Kaepernick receive an endorsement deal from Nike. Okay, we did see that. We also saw that Colin Kaepernick filed a lawsuit against the NFL, basically claiming that he was blackballed from being allowed to be on the team to earn money. But to me, that makes no sense, because Colin Kaepernick, number one, he was offered a job by the Denver Broncos. Okay, John Elway came out publicly and let the world know that Colin Kaepernick was offered a position on the Broncos. Now, Colin Kaepernick didn't like that offer because instead of making $11 million, Colin Kaepernick was going to make $7 million. And Colin Kaepernick declined that offer, okay? Also, Colin Kaepernick was offered a job with the Baltimore Ravens, but once his girlfriend came out and made some comments that the Baltimore Ravens did not like, They rejected their offer. They pretty much, took the offer back because they felt like, Colin Kaepernick and his girlfriend was very unappreciative. And Colin Kaepernick, when he filed that lawsuit against the NFL, he took a settlement. Instead of, really following the case all the way through, he decided to take a settlement that nobody even knows how much money this man got. We don't know if he got $10 million. We don't know if he got $20 million. We don't know if he got $50 million. Nobody knows. But my question is this. If Colin Kaepernick's main reason for doing this whole kneeling thing, because I noticed during that time that it almost seemed like Colin Kaepernick felt like he was bigger than the NFL. Every time the 49ers played, the spotlight was on Kaepernick kneeling, right? And then we started to see other players kneeling, right? But these last 3 years, Colin Kaepernick has literally done nothing as far as speaking up on the problems in this country. All he's been doing really is just, giving back here to this cause and that cause, giving back to, this foundation, giving this donation to this place. But why has Colin Kaepernick been so quiet? How come the only time we've heard from Colin Kaepernick these last 3 years is when he's trying to get back on the NFL team? I thought the whole reason for you doing this was to put your career on the line, because I'm pretty sure Colin Kaepernick knew that when he was doing what he was doing, there was a chance that he might not ever be in the NFL again, because the NFL is not CNN or MSNBC. The NFL is not a place where you speak up on topics like that. The NFL is a place where people get away from all that bullshit, okay? And when I say all that bullshit, I'm not talking about the injustices in America. I'm talking about, a lot of people just want to have a good time, okay? And when you look at the NFL, the NBA, these leagues have brought America together as a whole to where it doesn't matter what race you are, what color you are. Everybody can come together to watch a football game, have some beers, eat some food, and just have a good time. And, people don't want to watch football and the spotlight is on Kaepernick kneeling and hearing about police brutality. A lot of people don't want to hear that shit, okay? And that's just what it is, okay? People don't watch football to talk about stuff like that. And I feel like if that's what you want to do, then, you should leave the NFL and go talk about it somewhere else. Go, why hasn't Colin Kaepernick been on CNN or MSNBC or any of these major media spots? And why hasn't he been on ESPN or FS1 or First Take or Undisputed? Why hasn't he went on any of these shows to talk about what he started? It's almost like he started a job without even having the mindset of finishing it. He did the kneeling thing. He ended up not getting a job back in the NFL. It's been 3 years. You haven't been employed. You decided to not be a sports analyst. You decided to not be a full-time activist. You decided to just pretty much just sit back and just enjoy life. And I'm starting to realize that this wasn't ever about police brutality. This was about Colin Kaepernick. Because I honestly believe that if Colin Kaepernick's last year on the 49ers was not as bad as it was, if he would have never got benched, if he would have ended up, still starting, if he would have took that team to the playoffs, I don't know if we would have ever seen Colin Kaepernick kneel during the national anthem, putting the spotlight on himself instead of just putting the spotlight on the national anthem and everybody coming together to say the national anthem before the game starts. Now, I want to make this clear. I was a Kaepernick fan before today, but I really sat down and I thought about it. And I really asked myself, what the fuck has Colin Kaepernick been doing these last 3 years to prove that he actually gave a fuck about police brutality? What has he done besides beg the NFL for a job, do the Nike endorsement deal, take the NFL to court just to take a settlement and get some more money? What has he done as far as police brutality, being an activist, and standing up for the injustices in America? What has he done to change that? What has he done to make things better? What has he done to slow down police brutality? He did a hell of a job bringing attention to it, but as soon as he left the NFL, what happened? What happened? Why didn't you keep that same energy when you were out of the NFL? Why did you spend these last 3 years begging the NFL for a job, complaining that you're being blackballed? You haven't done any interviews even speaking about this. This Saturday when Colin Kaepernick has his workout with these 11 NFL teams, okay, and the 11 teams that he's trying out for is the Denver Broncos, the Cleveland Browns, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Arizona Cardinals, the Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, the Detroit Lions, the New England Patriots, and the Washington Redskins. Colin Kaepernick is supposed to have an interview on Saturday during the training, whether it's before or after. And I can't wait for that interview because we get to finally see what the fuck Colin Kaepernick has to say. Because he's been extremely quiet these last 3 years. Hasn't done a goddamn thing to fix police brutality or any of the injustices in America when it comes to African Americans. When Colin Kaepernick first came in the league, he had a haircut, he had all the tattoos, and he played great football. But that last year on the 49ers, when he grew out that afro, he went on that vegan diet and lost all his muscles and lost all of his throwing power in his arm. It was his worst year in the NFL, and he got benched. Yeah, he threw for 16 touchdowns, but he had a bad year. Comparing to what Colin Kaepernick did in his good years, when he brought the 49ers to the Super Bowl, he looked like absolute shit his last year in the NFL. He went vegan, lost all that weight, and was garbage. Grew out his hair, started rocking the afro, started doing the kneeling right after he got benched. He didn't do it before he got benched. He did it right after he got benched. And I'm starting to think that this has just been about Colin Kaepernick this whole time. I'm starting to think that Colin Kaepernick just wanted attention, just wanted the spotlight on him. Because he was upset that he went from being a Super Bowl. He didn't win the Super Bowl, but he played in the Super Bowl. He went from being a Super Bowl star quarterback in the NFL to being a vegan that was benched because he couldn't throw the damn ball good. So, let me know what you guys think. This is how I'm feeling at the moment. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all feel different tomorrow. But this is how I'm feeling right now because, I was having a conversation with somebody at the car dealership. It was this white lady. And, she said to me, she said, what has he done to fix the police brutality stuff? What exactly has he been doing the last 3 years since he started the kneeling? And I thought about it, I'm like, damn, this guy hasn't even done any interviews or nothing. He hasn't done no interviews. He hasn't spoken up. He doesn't post any videos talking on Instagram. Go look at his Instagram page. This guy doesn't post any videos talking about nothing. The only time he talks about police brutality is when he's just typing away with his fingers on the damn keyboard on his cell phone. He hasn't spoke up about nothing the last 3 years. And I'm starting to think that we've been bamboozled. Colin Kaepernick was used, by a specific group of people. And now he's embarrassed. Now he realizes, damn, I can't do what I've always wanted to do my whole life, which is play football, because I made myself look like an idiot. I did all of this protesting and all of this for what? Just to not even take it serious, just to not even do it full time, just to spend the next 3 years out the NFL begging them to give me another chance. Colin Kaepernick should be ashamed of himself, man. So with that being said, it's your boy Wavy. Let me know what you guys think. Am I tripping? Am I bugging out? I'm open to criticism. I'm out this bitch. Skirt.